So as a 22 trainer for like PRS or the NRL matches, if I'm shooting, let's say a 6.5 Creedmoor, I can take it out to 1300 or whatever consistently. It's not very easy for people to do that. I mean, it's a pain in the ass,
Right.
Right. I mean, even if we're here in the West, it's like we can take a truck out and put steel as far as we want, but it's still, you're an hour process of driving out, setting up steel, and then taking it down, and it's just a pain.
It's true.
But so many people have access to 2, 3, 4, 500 yard ranges where it's just way more convenient. But at those shorter ranges, is like a 22 like a realistic trainer for somebody is training for PRS or other competitions?
So absolutely, I think the 22 is a fantastic training platform. And honestly, that's why the Vudoo, I think, is so popular. As a trainer, the Vudoo was specifically made to drop into any Remington 700 platform. It fits into chassis, just like this J. Allen. It fits into any of the stocks that are inletted for Remington 700. So you can build a 22 that literally looks identical to your centerfire rifle in every way, which is great if you need something that you can take out conveniently to a short range and then practice your wind, practice your positional shooting, practice building stable shooting platforms off of tank traps and barricades and all of the other variety of things. You can go to your local range where you have maybe 200 yards and spend a morning doing it, as opposed to having to go out into the middle of nowhere and set up steel all day long and then practice with your larger rifle. The great thing about 22 is that it's very easy with a simple ballistics app to replicate the kind of distances that you're going to see with the centerfire. For instance, I know just off the top of my head, because I shoot it all the time, that my 6 Creedmoor at 1,000 yards, I need to dial about 6.5 mils approximately. With my 22, that same dial is 200 yards. So I can replicate a 1,000-yard shot with my 6 Creedmoor with my 22 by placing a target at 200 yards and then shoot that all day long. The 22 obviously is traveling a lot slower, but that also means that wind is going to affect it more than a larger caliber potentially would. That's great for wind management as well, because that bullet's going to get pushed around inside 200 yards, much like a centerfire cartridge would downrange. Obviously, it's not exactly the same, but if what you're looking for is an economical training platform so that you can get out and actually get time pulling the trigger and building those positions, there's just nothing better. I mean, you can go to the range on a weekend and easily blow 500 rounds through a Vudoo, where if you did that in a centerfire rifle, it would cost you a fortune, and you'd have to spend all day long setting up to do it. So
it's all very similar. It's kind of like a paradigm shift essentially, but if you were to be training for like a PRS match with your 22, like what are some drills or techniques or other things that you can do to make that paradigm shift more realistic? I mean, you already kind of touched on it, but is there anything else to add?
Well, with the Vudoos being so similar to your centerfire rifle, like I said before, you can build a Vudoo that looks exactly like your centerfire rifle in every way. Same chassis, same scope, same trigger. The only thing that changes is the cartridge that's being fired out of it. So I think all of the disciplines that you would apply to centerfire apply to training with your 22. So squaring up behind the gun, natural point of aim, controlling your breathing properly, building your stable shooting position, all the use of bags and bipods and tripods and all of the other gear that's available to us applies completely to rimfire, just as it would with centerfire. I don't think you have to make any changes to your training regimen at all, and that's a great thing about it, is that you can train literally for both using either. And I don't think that really existed in the past, because your 22 could never truly match your centerfire rifle.